stop the business that finances the genocide in Palestine and military arms that carry it out. The Minnesota Trade Office is a bureaucratic middleman in the economic relationship between Minnesota and Israel, facilitating the economic collaboration of the nations and their corporations that exceeds $125 million in domestic exports annually, of which $4 million alone comes from military contracts with local arms merchants such as NAPCO International and Hopkins and Alliant Tech Systems in Edina. Funding over 70% of its total military spending alone, the United States' continual sponsorship of the State of Israel places its taxpaying residents in a position of direct complicity in the continuation of atrocity, and its corporations in a position of direct profit from mass suffering. We come here today to demand the immediate end of all Minnesota business with Israel, because it is the business of massacre. It is the business of killing children, of killing doctors, the business of chemical warfare, of starvation. We believe that demanding an end to all economic collaboration with nations violently enforcing policies of racism and dispossession is legitimate and necessary. This demand is part of the urgent project of ending all economic relations between the United States and Israel, relations that directly enable the ethnic cleansing of Palestinian land, people, and culture. We refuse to be obedient in the face of mass murder, and we refuse to allow Minnesota businesses to remain unaccountable for the actions of the nations from whom they draw